So let's jump into the music, man. What kind of sound would you say that you have as far as music?
I don't have a sound. I'm the most pliable artist that's out there. Like,
Oh, you
hey,
got a sound, man.
I got a
You
sound.
definitely got a sound.
I
You're
I can't
yo,
call it
we I call it pain music.
pain music.
Yeah, because when you sing, right? Like let's say you got hit by a bus and you made a song about it. At the end of your song, I'm gonna feel like I got hit by a bus.
Okay,
That's
that's
the kind of music you make, right? I'm not saying you're limited to one or two things. Not even saying a subject. I'm just saying I could feel the pain in the music when you make it, when you sing.
I get. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out what I would label it, and that's just kind of what you
Yeah.
leading towards. I was trying to like new prog soul is what I was trying to be. Like I don't know
Sometimes you
what
hear
that is.
music and you're like, oh, that's a cool song. And then sometimes you hear music and you just say, I believe that person.
Right,
And then
right,
sometimes you feel that person, that music so much you're like, man, I can feel what that person is feeling.
right, right.
Right. And that's what I would say what kind of artist you are. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes when I hear your music, I'm like, damn. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I'm
I
like,
get that.
ooh, I'm glad that didn't happen to me.
Well, see, that's because my background. I guess because I grew up singing in the church. Like
Yeah.
as as early as I could get a solo in church. I tried to get it, but they wouldn't give me a solo until I was able to sing in front of the church. Like I've been
Yeah.
singing for a while, but when they finally let me, that's when I started singing. Like I've been singing my heart out
No,
ever
you're a real
since.
soulful dude, man. I believe the music that you make, and you know, I'll never forget when I first met you. You showed me a song called "Thousand Miles,"
Yeah,
and that's when I was like, man, this guy's different.
that
This
song
guy's
was.
different. It was like, you remember the hook?
Yeah,
Go ahead and hit him. Hit him with a little two piece real quick.
it
I
was.
would walk 1,000 miles.
I would walk 1,000 miles for you. Walk 1,000 miles for you. There's no distance. There's no distance. There's no distance. There's no distance. I won't go. Oh, oh. I'm a
Yeah,
little sharp at this little
yeah,
part, but that's
yeah.
all good.
When we recorded it, you recorded it different octaves, but that works too. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so I like your style because it's different. It's very soulful. Um, and so, in your opinion, you would say that you get that feeling or you give that feeling off because of your life experiences.
Yeah, like I'm trying to not only my life experiences, but the artists uh that inspire me at the end of the day. Like
And who are they?
at the end of the day, all California artists, to be honest. Anybody from the state of California, from Tina Marie to Ice Cube to Sterling to E40 to the state of California is a heavy influence in my music. But
Okay.
outside of that, anybody that brought passion behind their lyrics or passion behind their voice when they said it. So obviously Tupac, and then of course, you're speaking on passion, Whitney Houston, then some Nina Simone. Like I'm all over the place. Like
Yeah, that's good though.
even like Johnny Cash to a certain degree. Like
Okay.
he had a raspiness in his voice that I try to mimic that you can't get nowhere unless you have that. It's a pain that's behind that raspiness that's right
Yeah.
there. Like you can't get that unless you experience something like that. And like at first I was trying to copy it, but then I hit some pain in my life. I could do it,
Yeah.
so that's just what it was. But it's just being able to articulate the feeling that I have right then that the beat is giving me. If that's what the beat gives me, that's what I'm going to portray in the song. At the end of the day, like the my genre shift just because of the type of music that I heard. If I heard the music playing a certain way, I felt it in somewhere in my heart, somewhere in my body and my soul, to where that's the way I have to sing it. Like it may be talking about smoking weed. That's what it felt like to me right
Yeah.
there with that beat said. Or it may be about heartbreak. It may be
Right.
about love. It may be about whatever it may be. Um, I always just try to give from like my favorite artists. they wrote from real life experiences. Like Nas says that he says that he's an artist or that took from whatever he saw in the streets and then foretold about it. And then same thing with Ice Cube. He was saying that it gives reality rap. And like I didn't mention this, and I don't really like to talk about it, but this is, I guess, the perfect platform to do it. Like I grew up going into the Lynch Mob Studios because my cousin is KD. Like I don't like we were talking about this earlier. Like I
Hmm.
don't like asking for help. Like
Right.
he's still out here making music. You still don't see me on a record with my cousin KD because I think that's just too easy of a jump in the game. Like I'm trying to really solidify myself as that artist. Of
Hmm.
I've been doing all of these different type of styles and music that's out there, and just be respected for my pen and my artistry. And right now, it took me a while to accept that people are seeing that,
Hmm.
but it's out there now. Like people are starting to see, like, oh, his pen is actually out there. It's pretty dope because
Hmm.
I besides doing music with Livewire, I was doing music with Sadat X back in the day, like with my group that I was with local MU12, and I was writing choruses and hooks for them. But just because I was a bi-coastal group, it was hard for me to link up with them